It's wonderful to be joining you in this WeGo training session. While this upswelling of anger and need to actually act around Black Lives Matter is occurring, but also, of course, while the pandemic is exposing so many of the inequalities and injustices that we live with every day, and this COVID pandemic has really made these issues so much clearer to people. And I think it is definitely a moment when we need to be acting and acting forcefully. So here you find yourselves as researchers doing projects around feminist political ecology and thinking about many of the ethical dilemmas of doing this kind of work. This wonderful image, which is extracted from Will Steffen et al.'s paper about the Great Acceleration, which shows, the moments of this huge upswing in socioeconomic trends and Earth system trends that we now know as the Anthropocene. This upswing that has created incredible inequality and incredible environmental degradation. And all the issues that you're dealing with, and I've listed them there, and I hope you can find yourself in some of those words, the projects that you've taken on. All of these projects are kind of situated in the acceleration of these processes that you're pointing to, rural depopulation, land dispossession, fracking, etc. And they're all situated within this moment and have grown out of this acceleration of exploitation, extractivism, and so on. And I'd like you to keep that in mind, I think, when you're situating yourself within this framework, the terrain of political ecology that you have entered into. And I think we need to kind of just recognise the magnitude of the issues that you're trying to address. And of course, the ways you're addressing it is to bring to bear all the kinds of theories and perspectives that we as researchers, as feminists, as leftists, as progressive researchers, as post-structuralists have brought to bear on the world. We know that knowledge is multiple, it's contradictory, it's powerful. As knowers, we are just one among many knowers, and that the process of knowing is an experimental process that will produce different effects. And this is the kind of discussion I think we can be having right now. What kinds of effects do you want your research to have? What we do have at hand is our wonderful resources and inspirations of feminist research practice. And as I was listening to your lectures, these were some of the elements of that research practice that came up. We have many kind of, I guess they are in a way forms of entry point. They're certainly forms of practice. They're forms of attachment. They're forms of concern and care. And these are the things that we're wanting to highlight. Perhaps your policy recommendations might be more in the field of the kind of research process and research practice policies that are coming out of this very close thinking about what role is there for committed researchers to work around these very big picture political ecology issues in a way that brings feminist research practice to bear, that opens up questions and opens up invitations to others to join in this kind of exploration, really, and experimentation with building new worlds.